Somehow, someway, the Detroit Lions have actually made it into the playoffs. We lost in Week 17 against Green Bay, but even though we lost that game, we have just snuck in enough to get into the wildcard round. And we're facing off against Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Green Bay on the other side of things. The Atlanta Falcons are getting ready. They have a high-powered offense, but don't sleep on the Detroit Lions. Even though Matt Stafford is still injured, Dan Orlovsky is still our starting quarterback today. Bobby is really excited. Now, Bobby has a ridiculous amount of XP. We're boosting up everything. Catching traffic's a 90, route running's a 90, spectacular catches a 95, releases an 80, jumping's an 89, carries a 75, and then ball carrier vision goes up a couple as well. Bobby is a much better player here in the first round of the playoffs than he was in Week 17. Now, Russell Wilson gets your MVP. He also takes home the Offensive Player of the Year, but Bobby's right there at number 2. Pretty good for a rookie if you ask me. Now, moving on, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Bobby takes that pretty easy because the dude had a stellar season, actually a record-breaking season when you take it all into account. And Best Receiver also goes to Bobby, but let's look at his stats for the year. 109 catches, which led the league, 2,158 receiving yards, and 21 touchdowns. The receiving yards were a record, actually beating Calvin Johnson's previous record, so both Lions are at the top of that leaderboard. And then Bobby King gets the 3rd most receiving touchdowns in a single season, just behind Randy Moss and Jerry Rice, which to me is great company. Now, Tom Brady dominates. Ryan Matthews leads the entire league in rushing yards, which is a little crazy. Ezekiel Elliott ends up getting the most rushing touchdowns, but it's playoff time. Let's see if Bobby King can cook in the hurdle. Bobby, probably not the best move on your first catch of the ball game, but still he gets a first down and a couple of bit more. Now, 2nd and 11 to pass to the left-hand side. That was going to be good enough for the first down and brings us down to the 38-yard line. We've crossed midfield. Bobby's going back across the middle. And look at this. Bobby running pretty good routes today. These middle routes have been looking pretty solid, but that pass is completely off target from Orlovsky. A little play action fake. Bobby's running a deep streak. The pass is going to be thrown, but it's going to be hit instead. Babineau is going to pick this one up, and the big fella is running down. Can anyone catch him? Theo Riddick is right on the edge of him, but no one is going to catch Babineau. He goes in for a touchdown on that play. An unfortunate fumble by Orlovsky, but that gives Atlanta a 7-0 lead here early in the ball game. Now, Bobby's running the left-hand side. This one's going to get picked by his own man. Number 80 couldn't get out of the way, and Bobby ends up falling down on the ground. Not too happy with his teammate there. Now, 2nd and 10, we're going back across the middle. They've been working so far, but this one's overthrown. Orlovsky, what are you doing? The good news is Bobby got a tackle. The bad news is Orlovsky ended up throwing an interception there, and that gives Atlanta prime field position, but they only get a field goal this time out. Well, 2nd and 10 to pass across the middle gets us down to the 35. Bobby's still lining up on the left-hand side. He's going to go back across the middle. He's had pretty good success there. He catches this one. He gets lit up by both the safety and the corner back there, but still hauls that one in and keeps it for a first down. Now, 1st and 10, Bobby's deep on the streak. He's got a chance. He's got the edge on him, and he catches it with one hand. What a ridiculous grab. This might be the most special catch that we have ever seen from Bobby. Insane grab there, one-handed, falls down and holds on to it. Unlike Des Bryant, Bobby actually caught that one. Now, here in the goal line, we pitch out to Theo Riddick, and Theo Riddick goes into the end zone to get the first touchdown of the day for the Detroit Lions. And that 10-0 lead is now cut down to 10-7. Good play there by Theo Riddick. Now, Atlanta comes back and they score to make it 17-7. Bobby's running deep on a route here, and another big catch across the middle. Usually you see Bobby running streaks. He's only run about one streak so far that's actually been utilized. Every other catch has been a short yardage gain or something across the middle, which is good news for Bobby because the route running looks so much better. Now, Golden Tate on 2nd and inches gets us down to the 22. Nearly inside the red zone now. Bobby's in the slot, cuts across the middle, and a beautiful catch. He drops down to avoid getting hit, but wait, what happened? A block in the back. Looks like Eric Ebron, and this one's going to get a block in the back, which brings us back 10 yards. That makes it 2nd and 4. Now, Bobby going back across the middle. He's looking for something. A pass this time. Again, how many times will this dude catch the ball across the middle? The answer so far is a whole lot. Orlovsky gets his 11th completion of the day. Bobby already has over 100 yards. Most importantly, thanks to that big catch he had earlier. Now, pass across the middle. This one's going to be caught by Marvin Jones, getting both feet down. Bobby celebrating with his teammates. This dude really likes playing in the playoffs. This is where big-time players make big-time plays. And another touchdown for Detroit makes things look a lot better for us. Now, Atlanta's ended up getting shut down, so we have a 14-17 deficit at this point. A pass deep out to the corner for Bobby is going to be overthrown and out of bounds, but looks like there's a little bit of jawing right here. Bobby pushes the cornerback. Bobby, calm down. We've seen you get in a little bit of a trouble early in the ball game, but Alford might be getting underneath Bobby's skin here. Now, 3rd and 10 on the 35. Bobby's going out to the left-hand side. A corner round instead is not going to be completed. There's a sack by Phillip Wheeler on the play. So 4th and 19. Alford still continues to talk a lot of trash, and Atlanta comes down and they score again to make it 24-14. Now, here, 1st and 10, we get a pass across the middle to Eric Ebron. He's going to get that first down. 3rd quarter's coming to a close now. Bobby across the middle again. A beautiful catch, and that one's going to go by. What is 22 doing? 22 completely missed Bobby on that play, and he's going to go into the end zone for a 70-yard touchdown. What a catch, and then what a play. I think Bobby even thought he was going to get lit up here. If you look at it, he catches it. He kind of ducks a little bit. 22 doesn't even know what to do there. Drops to the ground, and Bobby gets a huge touchdown to make this a ball game again. But Atlanta goes down, and they score again. The Detroit Lions defense is just not up to par today. Bobby across the middle on a short drag route, gets down to the 44, about 17 yards on that reception. 7 catches, nearly 200 yards, and a touchdown. What a day for Bobby King. Now 31, we needed conversion, so we hand it off to Theo Riddick, and Theo Riddick actually gets a couple of yards here, getting 3 when we only needed 1. But Bobby's again cross the middle, looking for something all day, but instead the pass goes down to the left-hand side, but this one is fumbled. Warford, though, was going to pick up the fumble. The offensive lineman had the presence of mind to snag that one. Now with deep pass on first and 10, Bobby goes up, and that one's intercepted. But he's just out of bounds, so we're going to live to fight another down here. Bobby's irate. He wanted that pass a little bit earlier, but still, 2nd and 10, see what we can do here. And Bobby cross middle, he splits the safeties, and Bobby goes into the end zone from the 27 into the goal line. What a play by Bobby King. Look at this, splits the safeties perfectly, gets into the end zone, and look how excited the young fella is. He's out here in the playoffs, he's killing it, he's put the team on his back today. But unfortunately, the Detroit Lions defense just wasn't up to par today. So in the wildcard round, the Detroit Lions are going to lose 31-28. This has been an incredible season for Bobby King and the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford was out for pretty much the entire season, minus 3 games. And they still got into the playoffs. Bobby had a record season. If he did that with Dan Orlovsky, what could he actually do with Matthew Stafford? So Bobby will be returning to the Detroit Lions for his 2nd season very soon. 8 catches, 224 yards, and 2 touchdowns. An incredible day for Bobby. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check the playlist on the screen, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video.